You ever hear a song that just feels like a perfect vacation, but you get this sense there's something more going on, something hidden just beneath the surface? Well, today, we're diving deep into the beautiful pop ballad Isle of Gods. We're going to uncover this really profound story about inner conflict and growth, all cleverly disguised as a trip to paradise. So let's just jump right in.
Right from the first line, the song just pulls you in. You're immediately there. You can practically smell the incense, you can feel that warm sand. I mean, these lyrics do an amazing job of creating this immersive, almost dreamlike scene. It's the perfect escape, and it drops us right into the atmosphere of the island.
Okay, so on the surface, this is a gorgeous travel song, right? A little ode to the magic of Bali. But, as we're about to see, the lyrics are using this picture-perfect setting to explore something much, much deeper. Something that's actually happening inside the narrator's own mind.
And there it is, right in the very first chorus. This is the line that tells you, okay, this is about more than just a vacation. The narrator isn't just looking at temples and beaches. They are walking with these two mysterious figures, Barong and Rangda. This is where the song really shows its hand and gives us its central mystery.
And that's the big question, isn't it? These aren't just random, poetic-sounding names. Understanding who Barong and Rangda are is literally the key that unlocks the entire meaning of this song. So, let's dig in and find out. To really get what this song is doing, we have to take a little detour into the culture it's pulling from. See, Barong and Rangda are huge figures in Balinese mythology, and they represent this incredibly powerful philosophical idea.
Now, the first thing you gotta know is that this isn't your classic good guys versus bad guys story that we might be used to. In Balinese belief, these big opposing forces, like order and chaos, or creation and destruction, they aren't in a fight to the death. No, they're seen as two essential parts of a whole, totally necessary for keeping the universe in balance.
So, let's put these two side by side. You've got Barong, who is the protector. He's this benevolent force that stands for order, for life. Think of him as the guide. And then you have Rangda. She's the demon queen, a force of chaos and destruction. But, and this is so important, she's a confronting force, not just a purely evil one. Her role is to make you face the things you're afraid of.
And the song just nails this idea with this line. It's not a fight, it's not a war, it's a dance. This image of an eternal dance between shadow and flame, that's the absolute heart of Balinese duality. They're locked together forever, always moving, always connected. And this is the key takeaway from the whole myth. The goal isn't for Barong to destroy Rangda, it's for their eternal dance to stay in balance. See, too much order and things get stagnant, too much chaos and everything falls apart. Real life happens right there, in the tension between the two. Okay, so we have this huge, ancient myth. How in the world does that connect back to our pop song? Well, this is the brilliant part. The songwriter takes this epic external story and turns it completely inward. It becomes this powerful metaphor for the narrator's own psychological journey. So when you hear that line, what the narrator is really talking about is finding that inner source of strength, that protective instinct. It's that little voice of courage inside you that helps you face what's scaring you. It's like feeling a guiding hand when you're lost in the dark.
And then there's the flip side, Rangda's whisper. That's our own inner demons. It's the self-doubt, the anxiety, the destructive thoughts we all have and usually try to push away. But here, the narrator isn't running. No, they're being confronted by those thoughts head on. And this line right here, wow, this is the pivot. The whole song turns on this moment. The narrator shows up in Bali, expecting, a simple, peaceful vacation. Instead, they found a war inside themselves. But it's in confronting that inner war that they have this massive realization about what life and growth are actually about.
So this all leads us to the song's ultimate message. It's not about finding peace by getting rid of all your problems, but by finding meaning inside the struggle itself. The narrator goes through a complete transformation. And check out the change that happens in that final chorus. It is huge. The narrator is no longer just being pushed around by these forces. Now, they're actively talking to them. They're asking Barong for guidance, sure, but they are also asking Rangda to teach them. They are trying to find wisdom in both their light and their shadow. You can actually track this whole journey through the three choruses of the song. It's perfect. First, in that initial joy, the narrator starts to fly. Then, after that confrontation with their inner Rangda, they cry. That necessary cleansing release of emotion. And finally, by accepting both forces, they rise. They come out of it stronger and more whole.
And really, that's the beautiful takeaway here. Real strength isn't about being perfect or never being afraid. It's about acknowledging all the different parts of you, the protective barong and the chaotic rangda, and learning how to hold them both in balance.
I love how the song ends, because it makes it super clear this wasn't just some passing thought on a trip. This experience has fundamentally changed the narrator's whole outlook. That sacred rhythm, that constant dance between the two opposing forces, is now a permanent part of how they see the world.
So the song kind of leaves us with this really powerful question to chew on, doesn't it? It completely reframes how we think about our own inner struggles. It suggests that maybe our anxieties, our fears, our shadows, maybe they aren't enemies we need to conquer. Maybe they're just challenging dance partners who are here to teach us our most important steps. Definitely something to think about.